It's halftime in Pittsburgh. The MISL on ESPN. The Pittsburgh Spirit on a goal by Zeke Kapka, leading it 1-0 at the end of 30 minutes of play. Welcome back. Bob Carpenter here in Pittsburgh, and with me is Francis Dale, the commissioner of the Major Indoor Soccer League. And Mr. Dale, I know how pleased you are to finally have the league back on national television with ESPN.
We are indeed. We're delighted to be associated with ESPN on this. An American game and the most popular game now in the United States as well as in the world. An American version of the game, so we're delighted to be associated with ESPN in this venture.
A lot of the folks I've talked to about this television package seem to think the most important thing is the young players who are playing this game in the country now get a first-hand look at guys who could someday be their heroes.
They do indeed. The youth of America are playing this game more than any other game, and to have this kind of quality professional level play for those youngsters to see is the key to our future, and we're delighted about it.
And you've had some good crowds in the early going.
Good crowds in the early going. We're up over last year, and therefore we think that the synergism of all the things we've been trying to do is coming together beautifully. We're delighted at the opening of the season so far.
Thanks for joining us here today.
Thank you very much for having me.
That is Frank Dale, the commissioner of the Major Indoor Soccer League. And here in Pittsburgh, it's week 2 of our coverage of the MISL on ESPN. And the Pittsburgh Spirit leads the St. Louis Steamers 1-0 after 30 minutes of play. Sports Center is coming up on ESPN. The second half kickoff a little bit later. We welcome you back to the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh. Bob Carpenter along with Shep Messing. It's 1-0 Pittsburgh over the St. Louis Steamers after 30 minutes of play, with the only goal coming in the last minute of the first quarter. Zeke Kapka from Paul Child at 14:41.
That's a textbook give and go. Paul Child with his back to the goal lays it off for Zeke Kapka racing in. He hits it first time with his right foot. Slobo Ilyevsky really back on his heels and handcuffed by that shot. And that's the lone goal standing up in the first half. Here's a look at David Bursich at the other end. Leaping, deflecting it with his left hand. Tremendously agile, quick, and I think it's a measure of the goalkeeping, and we have a 1-0 score. Here's David Bursich guarding the near post, coming out, following the train of play, and making a great deflecting save with his right hand. Agility, composure, coming up with a big save.
And the Pittsburgh scoring coming from a guy who you at least expected. Kapka, 5 goals in 34 games last year. The home team has the edge in shots, 14-6. 5 saves for Slobo, 4 for David Bursich. The fouls have been a factor so far with 9 on each team, although Pittsburgh has spaced theirs out so that they have not had 1 in any one, or rather 6 in any one period, thus resulting in a St. Louis power play. And the penalty was killed off by the Steamers, who over the last couple of years have been one of the top killing penalty units in the league, so they do a good job in that respect. And really, Shep, at halftime, this is anybody's ball game.
Well, my impression of the first half, I'm tremendously impressed with the Pittsburgh Spirit. There's no doubt that Don Popovic is going to take the talent on this team with his record, tradition as a coach. He's going to make them a contender. But the St. Louis Steamers, despite being down 1-0, I have a feeling this is their year. I think they're strong in the back. Their goaltending in Slobo is tremendous. They really have strength all over the field, and I'm really looking for Stuart Lee, Diego Pesa, Don Ebert to put it together, put the goals in that the St. Louis Steamers need.
You know, we made the point a few moments ago about Zeke Kapka scoring that goal. I think that's one of the great things about indoor soccer. Players who don't expect to score will often come up and score big goals. Last week when St. Louis played at Kansas City, defender Gino Schiraldi, who doesn't score much but seems to score a lot when his team is facing a 6th attacker situation late in the game, scored 1 against St. Louis. And that's why indoor soccer is so much fun for everybody out there, because everybody can get in the scoring column.
Well, let me tell you, the players themselves love this game more than anybody, because whether you're a defender, whether you're a midfielder or a forward, you're going to do everything on that soccer field. You're going to attack, you're going to defend. Even the goalkeeper has the opportunity to pick up an assist. Underway,
3rd period. St. Louis and their road blues going from left to right. Don Ebert receives it, gives it off for Tony Bellinger, deflected on the way in by Cacciatore, who then tries to get another touch. Ebert in front fighting for it, cleared but not out. Fredrickson to the corner, up over the top, and McKenzie will take care of that one for Pittsburgh. Cacciatore hounding him. Who's the foul on? I believe it's on the Pittsburgh defender. After Jeff Cacciatore, who's a little jitterbug of a guy who can drive you crazy, took it right away from him.
Well, you said it right. Cacciatore drives defenders crazy. He's so nimble on his feet, the defender often has no choice but to foul him, to take him down.
First foul of the third period. Cacciatore, the trigger man here, plays it off for Davis. Tries to get it to Bellinger and can't. Off the boards, Cacciatore for Bellinger in front. And it's cleared down the floor by John O'Hara. Slobo for Cacciatore. Here comes St. Louis again. Top of the slot. Jeff to his right. Can't get a shot. Bumped back nicely to the goalkeeper by Dave Hagen. There's Cacciatore again. Back to Davis. Don Ebert receives it with O'Hara on his back. Ricky Davis, left side for Jeff Cacciatore, one of the smallest players in the league at 5'4", 125. Ebert trying to force his way in. Ball was hung up on the boards. Back to the point for Tony Bellinger. Looks like a power play. Bellinger shoots. Ebert can't reach it. The rebound is wide. And one of these times, Pittsburgh will get it cleared out and get possession. They finally do now as Zeke Koepka gets it off for Dave Hagen. Cacciatore can't get it. Hagen down the left wing. Pesa watching his man. Check it was Bellinger as Slobo comes out. Now we'll see some changes as Davis, Cacciatore, and Fredrickson leave for St. Louis. On is Duran, Makowski, and Pesa.
That's the pressure of the indoor game. You play at such high speed, high velocity, and it's just about a 2-minute shift, and that's all the players can stand physically.
Slobo way down the field. Nobody marking up on him. He plays it off to Sammy Bick. Bick to the corner. In front. A shot. Stuart Lee and a big save by David Bursic.
Unbelievable. The opportunity of the game for St. Louis started by Slobo and David Bursic coming up very big, making a point-blank save.
And a good setup down the right wing using the boards by the team captain, Sammy Bick. Bick centers for Stuart Lee. Here's Daryl Duran. Tried to go through for Pesa. To the goalkeeper, Bursic it goes now as the crowd gets excited. They've seen their team play some pretty good D, and David Bursic has been hot against the team from the town where he grew up. Midfield. Nicky Klinkarski. Left side. Godfrey Ingram. He and Pesa stand each other there. Good old standoff, and Makowski comes away with it. On the left side for Sammy Bick. Makowski cuts it inside. Good move. He's open for a shot momentarily. Now he's going to go on the left side for Bick. This is not the way St. Louis is most effective, Shep, knocking the ball around and playing with 5 defenders behind the ball. They've got to break out quickly, get down the floor quickly, and that's how St. Louis beats you, by the running game. Pat McBride knows that.
And Don Popovic knows it as well, and that's why he's got his team packed in the back. He doesn't want to give St. Louis that opportunity to play wide open to counterattack. Very strategic game.
Dick taking off the ball. Here's Godfrey Ingram with a breakaway. Around Slobo. Empty net. Duran covering up. It's still empty, and they shoot it wide.
Absolutely wild action going on down there.
Here comes Pesa back the other way for St. Louis. 4-on-2. Sammy Bick on the right side, fans on it. He was taken off the ball by Helmut Dudek. Pesa didn't give him a very good ball. And a foul on Pittsburgh. You know what was amazing about that action at the other end? It looked like Daryl Duran was trying to commit a handball to knock it away, and he missed it. And they still didn't score.
Here's Godfrey Ingram all alone. Duran sprawling in front, trying to prevent the goal. Nothing doing. Great action, both sides of the field. And again, the next goal must come quickly.
Adam Topolsky back to his goalkeeper, David Bursic. Up the right side, here comes Topolsky, the big defender, ripping one into the crowd. And it'll be a goal kick for St. Louis, as we'll call a timeout as well. 10:37 left in the third quarter of play. Pittsburgh leading 1-0, but how long can this go on? Shep, the save of the game by David Bursic.
Stuart Lee all alone in front with his left foot. David Bursic, point blank, holds his ground, keeps his composure, and keeps it a 1-0 game.
St. Louis goal kick. Slobo puts it up over 2 lines for Armando Betancourt. 1-0 Spirit leads the Steamers. Betancourt trying to force his way in. He'll do that often because he's such a big, strong kid. He stands 6'1", 173. a native of Honduras who played at Indiana. Duncan McEwen for Betancourt. Into the corner, McEwen knocked off the ball by Dudek with help from Marcio Leite, the Brazilian, and a foul on Armando Betancourt in the corner. First foul on St. Louis in the third period. Pittsburgh has 2. St. Louis trailing Kansas City by a half game in the Western Division. St. Louis and San Diego both 2-1. The Comets are 2-0. And in the East, Pittsburgh a game back of 2-0 Minnesota. Pittsburgh 1-1. And another foul on St. Louis. Dudek teeing one up and Betancourt stepping in front of it. Then Dudek had his hand on Betancourt's back to put him off balance, so it's foul number 3 on Pittsburgh. Now the foul is starting to mount up a little bit quickly, more quickly than they were early in the game, Shep. We didn't see many fouls at all in the first period. And that's one foul every coach will say, do not commit. If you're going to foul, make it worthwhile, but don't do it with a little push in the back. David Bursic in control for the Pittsburgh Spirit. Up the left wing, number 10 is Charlie Falzone. Carl Lowe stops him. Here comes the counterattack. St. Louis 3-on-1, but now defenders catching up. Here's Rose crossing, handball. No, they say play on. It looked like it got O'Hara in the arm. But on the other hand, St. Louis may have lucked out a moment ago because one that apparently hit Duran in the arm was not called, and they said play on. Here's Betancourt. Off the boards for Bellinger. Tony Bellinger put it into the penalty box. It'll be a kick in for Pittsburgh on the far side. Absolutely a wild game in terms of strategy. When a visiting team comes in to Pittsburgh, as today, it's very difficult for the Pittsburgh team. Pressure is on them to score goals. Popovic today has brought his Pittsburgh team back and is effectively counterattacking against St. Louis. The Nissan World Cup Championship of Golf coming up. That is at 5 p.m. Eastern today, 2 p.m. Pacific from Kapalua Bay Course in Maui, Hawaii. Here is Jeff Cacciatore down the left wing for Don Ebert. Against O'Hara in the corner. Ebert goes down, and that'll be a foul, number 4 on Pittsburgh. Watch first John O'Hara against Don Ebert. Against the boards, Don Ebert going down after the contact and a foul called. See Koepka releasing Ian Sibby. Slow ball out of his net. He knocks it ahead for Greg Mikowski, who bangs it off the boards for Mark Fredrickson. We played 6.5 minutes of the third quarter. Only goal of the game coming in the last minute of the first period from Zeke Koepka. Ebert turning and shooting. Fredrickson rebound, score! Cacciatore in front. And St. Louis ties it 1-1. Cacciatore from Fredrickson. Absolutely vintage goal, St. Louis Steamers. Donnie Ebert doing his work along the boards, getting it over to the left side, and there's Cacciatore right in front of Bursic. No chance. Watch it again from a different angle. Bursic following the play. Cacciatore first time with his right foot. No chance at all, and we have a 1-1 game. Jeff Cacciatore of St. Louis, his first goal of the year. For Mark Fredrickson, his first assist. And it comes at 6:32 of the third period and equalizes 1-1. Well, Shep, you were right. You said a few minutes ago, a goal's got to come soon. It did for St. Louis. Well, that's a safe thing to say at any point in the game in the MISL. Now we'll see how both teams react. Sometimes when nobody has scored for a while, it'll really open up and get crazy. Here's Fredrickson, left wing ball for Stuart Lee. Back to Greg Mikowski. Cacciatore, his first of the year from Fredrickson at 6:32 of the third period. Well, the score aside, Bob, we're looking at 2 very fine soccer teams that are going to be there at the end this year. No doubt about it. Left wing, Stuart Lee in the corner. Off the boards in front, and Bursic pounces on it with Diego Pesa staring him in the face. All Child in the attacking zone. Breaking onto the ball is Dave Hagen. In the corner, Mikowski defending. It comes off harmlessly where Slobo picks it up. Ahead for Pesa. Here comes Mikowski. Left side, Stuart Lee looking for Mikowski in front. Gregg gets a touch on it. Who's open? Pesa, and he shot it wide. That was a smart play by Mikowski. He knew he had a bad angle, so he just looked out to see who was open for the shot.
That's very intelligent play as now Pittsburgh comes on the counter.
Here's Dave Hagen for Koepka, and he puts it upstairs. That'll be a goal kick for St. Louis, and it's tied 1-1 with 6:55 remaining in the third quarter of play. We have an official's timeout on the floor, so Pittsburgh leading throughout. Now St. Louis coming back to equalize. This one very much up for grabs. Pat McBride and Don Popovich will talk a little strategy. 1-1, but we've got a long way to go. Well, we should have known St. Louis or somebody would score. Only 2 games in 7 years have been 1-0 games in the history of the league, including one last year where Wichita beat KC 1-0. But you just don't see that very often, much less a shutout. And we've got 6:55 left. Third period, Bob Carpenter, Shep Messing from the Pittsburgh Civic Arena. We had a defensive struggle last week. Minnesota came from behind to win on the road at Baltimore. St. Louis trying to do the same here at Pittsburgh. Here's a loose ball for Redmond Lane. Tried to center it. Here's McEwen, a shot. It's too high. Boy, St. Louis has come out smoking the last few minutes.
And for those of you who have never seen an indoor soccer game, you're seeing all aspects of it today. St. Louis all over the field.
Here's a 2-on-1. Redmond Lane shoots it wide, and Betancourt couldn't reach the rebound. Armando Betancourt at midfield. Right to David Bursic at rebounds. Adam Topolsky. St. Louis getting everybody behind the ball now. That's the Pat McBride philosophy, and really that goes back to Pat's first stint in St. Louis and the coach Dave Clemens who followed him. When the Steamers with their good speed lose the ball, they immediately turn around and play defense. Here's a steal for Sammy Bick.
Well, again, Bob, I think the teams reflect the character of their coaches. Pat McBride as a player was that type of player, always behind the ball, always hustling to get back on defense.
Redmond Lane unable to center it because of good defensive work by Nicky Klinkarski. And a foul on Carl Rose. Down goes Fred Gugurev at midfield.
Here's the foul on Freddie Gugurev. Freddie's the target player for the Pittsburgh Spirit team. A tremendous poker player, although he wasn't playing poker at that time. They need to get him into the game. Freddie really has not been into the game in terms of shots today.
You spent, what, 4 weeks with this team last year while they had some goalkeeper injury problems?
That's true. I lost a few games and made some money playing cards.
Boy, St. Louis almost gave up a Christmas early goal there. Here comes 4-on-2. McEwen down the right side. Ricky Davis in front. Fakes a man, gets it back, and it's blocked in front by Charlie Falzone.
And absolutely, I feel if Ricky had that opportunity again, he would have uncracked the shot instead of taking that extra dribble.
Gugurev for Godfrey Ingram. Falzone on the boards. Ebert for Carl Rose. And McEwen back to Slobo with 4:50 remaining in the third period. The pace has picked up. How long can they keep it up? Here's Davis looking to go long for Ebert, but right to Bursic, his former New York Cosmo teammate. Long throw for Gugurev. Trying to cut him off is Sammy Bick, who does so effectively. There we go, end-to-end. Looks like a track meet out there. Fredrickson behind Cacciatore. Catch and Sibbies, 2 of the smallest players in the league. Sibbies, 5'5", 143, and Cacciatore, 5'4", 125. Those two could run into the boards and you wouldn't even hear it.
Well, they're battling like giants out there as both teams are going really at a fast pace.
Gugurev can't reach the pass from Zeke Koepka. Now he's got it off the foot of Davis to the far corner. Out on top for Adam Topolsky. 4 minutes remaining. 1-1 the score. This looks like the fourth quarter, the way they're going at it.
Well, they certainly are. I think Pittsburgh, after that equalizing goal by St. Louis, feels the pressure to get back in the game in front of their home crowd.
Tight defense by the Steamers. In control on defense is Mark Fredrickson. Fredrickson played at St. Louis U. Down the left wing, here comes Daryl Duran. Ebert looking to lay it off for Bellinger. Duran still with it for Ebert. Unable to center it. Don Ebert Was he fouled? Gino DiPolito says yes, and that's foul number 5 on Pittsburgh.
St. Louis came out flying this quarter.
Here's Durant. In front. Oh, it was almost deflected in off the defender, John O'Hara. St. Louis almost got a break there. Here comes the Spirit. But Bellinger there to cut it off. Up into the crowd. We'll have a timeout on the floor on this kick-in with 3:09 left in the third period of play, and the score still tied 1-1. Z. Kapka will take it. I was talking about Mark Fredrickson a moment ago. He and Pittsburgh goalkeeper David Bursic went to the same high school in St. Louis, Bishop DeBerg. Bursic was there a couple of years, I guess 2 classes ahead of Mark. Cleared away by Bellinger. In the corner, look out, giveaway, empty net! Oh, and Sibbies put it up over the glass. It may have hit a St. Louis defender. I think Fredrickson was there. That ball was labeled a goal, but Mark Fredrickson turned it into a harmless corner kick.
Spinning out at Indy at 200 miles an hour.
Well, Pittsburgh got a gift there, and Mark Fredrickson was there to make the save for St. Louis. Off of his head on the shot by Sibbies. That would have been an easy goal.
Well, a wide open net, and there's Fredrickson getting back, deflecting and glancing over the boards of the glass. And a corner kick for the Pittsburgh Spirit.
Left wing, Z. Kapka, the trigger man. In front, score! They just booted it in. St. Louis failed to clear it away. And Paul Child does his familiar jumping dance. He has scored again against St. Louis. He has really been tough on the St. Louis team the last 2 years.
Absolutely. Dynamite play for Pittsburgh. Right in front, Paul Child. Slobo making the initial save. Paul Child cracking it into the upper part of the net. There's Slobo making the first save. Paul Child, the nemesis of the St. Louis Steamers, once again putting that ball, burying it in the back of the net for a 2-1 lead.
12-14, the time of the Pittsburgh goal at the other end. Bursic covers up. Paul Child on the goal. His 4th of the year that leads this team. Z. Kapka on the assist, his 2nd of the year. And that corner kick didn't turn out to be very harmless, did it? 12-14, Pittsburgh leads 2-1. Here's Dale Duran for St. Louis. Etchetorri. Obstructed off the ball there by Z. Kapka. That'll be foul number 6 on Pittsburgh. And a St. Louis power play coming up. Bill Jennings, the St. Louis trainer, looks like he's working on the leg of Diego Pesa. Little ethyl chloride to deaden the pain.
Here's the foul in the midfield. Really not much harm, but certainly obstruction, and that's the all-important 6th foul against Pittsburgh in this quarter, resulting in a power play now for the St. Louis Steamers.
Pesa limping, but he will be on the power play maybe. He's the big shooter that Pat McBride likes to have on the right point. Fred Gagurov will serve the 2-minute bench penalty. St. Louis on the power play this year, 3 out of 8, 37%. Pittsburgh killing penalties has only given up 1 goal in 4 penalty opportunities, so that's a 75 percentage and good for number 3 in the league.
Freddie Gurgarev talking to Don Popovic. Popovic and Child giving instructions to their defense, defensing the power play against St. Louis.
Which comprises Mikowski left point, Pesa right point, Davis the quarterback, Ebert and Lee in front. Out on top, Ingram and Hagen defending for Pittsburgh. Mikowski in the corner. Stuart Lee switching it over to Pesa on the right side. In deep, O'Hara and McKenzie. Davis shooting just wide. Greg Mikowski on top for Davis. Right side, here comes Pesa. And he mishit it badly way to the left corner. Diego's got a big foot, but that time not sure where it was going. Here's Davis again, giving it right back to Pesa. This one's on goal, and Bursic makes the save. Pesa on top. Ingram with it. Looking to clear. Does for McKenzie. And Davis puts him into the boards, and that's going to be 2 minutes on Ricky Davis, and that will end the St. Louis man advantage situation. Probably boarding on Ricky Davis.
And a tough turn of events for St. Louis. Ricky Davis playing that exposed, vulnerable position at the point. Here, feels that he must commit the foul to prevent a breakaway, and it's a just call. Boarding, 2-minute penalty against Ricky Davis.
Of the third quarter, Davis for boarding at 13:40.
No, is that a two? Why is it going up? Yellow card. Ungentlemanly conduct.
It looks like somebody on Pittsburgh may have received a yellow card or a penalty.
Yellow card, Coach.
Maybe just a yellow card to Don Popovich of Pittsburgh.
Ricky Davis, number 8.
Ricky Davis putting it out to the slot to Diego Pace, and David Bursic down quickly with his left hand. Tremendous reflex save by Bursic. There we see Diego Pace getting worked on again, his left leg getting worked on. Fortunately, he stands on his left leg and uses his right one to shoot with, but there's no way Diego was going to miss that power play opportunity. John O'Hara, David Bursic, Don Popovic trying to clarify the situation out on the field. I believe a yellow card has been issued to Don Popovic. At any rate, Ricky Davis in the penalty box, and the team's at equal strength.
A reminder, Tacoma at Dallas. That's next Sunday, November 17th at 2 p.m. Eastern, as we continue our coverage of the Major Indoor Soccer League on ESPN. That is a delayed telecast from a game that's played on Saturday night. 2 p.m. Eastern next Sunday. We'll air it, Tacoma at Dallas. Evidently a yellow card on Popovich, but no penalty. So each team is a man short. A lot of room out there now as O'Hara plays it ahead for Godfrey Ingram. There's a 3-line pass. Ingram in the air, over 3 lines, offside the call. St. Louis will take the free kick quickly. Harold Duran, left side, gets it back from Mark Frederickson. McEwen on the right side. Duran goes left. Now Frederickson sees McEwen. One-on-one. Trying to get to the corner. Good defense by O'Hara. McEwen still with it. Back for Duran. St. Louis has done a good job of controlling the ball, while even with Pittsburgh. There's a shot by Frederickson and a block in front by John O'Hara. Duran along the boards. He's open. Has a chance to shoot in front. And it's kicked away by David Bursic.
St. Louis controlling the flow of play. David Bursic coming up big again for Pittsburgh.
He had Frederickson right in his face, too. In 14 seconds, Pittsburgh will have a man advantage. That's when Gurgurev will come out of the box. Breakaway. O'Hara with Godfrey Ingram. Oh, what a save by Slobo. You won't see any better. Here he comes again in front. They score. John O'Hara. Slobo did all he could, but his defense couldn't clear it away.
Absolutely wild action. You've seen one of the finest saves by a goalkeeper that I've seen. Slobo comes up big on the initial play. Unfortunately, his teammates do not get back in time, and Pittsburgh converts. Godfrey Ingram along the boards. Off of Slobo, deflected. And O'Hara cracks it into the back of the net. Once again, Ingram deflected by Slobo, all alone at the top of the box with his left foot. John O'Hara, All-American from University of Pittsburgh, puts the Spirit ahead 3-1.
Not a power play goal, but it's 3-1 Pittsburgh in the last 7 minutes of the third quarter. That's the kind of goal that will just kill you, especially after your keeper has made a tremendous save.
Well, a very difficult quarter for St. Louis. They came out flying. They outshot Pittsburgh over the first 12, 13 minutes of the quarter. They got the equalizer, and now they're looking at 7 seconds left in the quarter and going down 3-1.
Second goal in the game St. Louis has given up in the final minute of a quarter. It happened in the first and the third. There's the end of the third period, and it'll end with Pittsburgh outscoring St. Louis 2-1 in the third and leading with 15 minutes to go by a score of 3-1. It's an uphill battle for the Steamers. They're 1-1 on the road this year, but they trail here by 2. Well, Shep, we were expecting things to kind of break out sometime this afternoon. It happened in the third period. Jeff Cacciatore equalized for St. Louis.
And this ball is created first by Pesa. Donnie Ebert into the corner. And yes, look at Jeff Cacciatore right in the slot, unmarked. John O'Hara a step behind. No way to prevent that goal. And there's Child at the other end. Again, in the slot, unmarked behind Slobo. No chance at all as Paul Child celebrates his continued success against the St. Louis Steamers.
He's done a lot of that dancing against the Steamers the last 2 seasons. And then O'Hara and Ingram teaming up. Unbelievable save by Slobo. And the defense just couldn't do it after that.
Incredible. 2 against 0. Slobo makes the initial save. The next shot off his knee. John O'Hara coming in flying with his left foot. No chance at all for a dejected Slobo Ilyevsky.
So 1 for St. Louis, 2 for Pittsburgh. They lead by 2, 3-1, 15 minutes of play remaining. And Pittsburgh will have the 4th quarter kickoff, moving from left to right. Well, this year, out of 14 games in the MISL, the home team has been the winner 10 times. St. Louis will have to do something about that.
Well, they're certainly not out of it yet. The start of the 4th quarter, St. Louis picking up at the Pittsburgh red line, putting pressure on. Anything can happen in this game, and there's a lot of time to go.
Carl Rose for Tony Bellinger. St. Louis plays 9 of its first 15 on the road. Here's Rose in front, and Carl misfired on a great feed by Don Ebert. Those are the kind of shots you've got to put on goal.
Well, it's a great opportunity, and there's no doubt Pat McBride is saying the same thing. Get that shot on the goal.
St. Louis outshot Pittsburgh in that period 9-5. Pittsburgh still with the game advantage, 19-15. Kapka for Ian Sibbies. Grigoriev in there as well. They tried to center it, and Ricky Davis knocked it away. Taken away by Sibbies, and Cacciatore has it for St. Louis. Jeff has probably been the busiest St. Louis player on the field today. Nothing unusual about that. He's also been just about the most effective. Here's Ebert for Davis. Ricky had space, taken away by Sibbies. The space and the ball. Dave McKenzie in front. Mikowski bumps it away. Back in front, and a goal! Ian Sibbies on the back door with the header. And Pittsburgh leads 4-1.
Pittsburgh Spirit bench, players, fans going wild. How many times in indoor soccer do we see a head ball go? But here it comes. Sibby at the back post. McKenzie with a header, and there's Sibby with his head just nodding it past Slobo. Slobo at the near post protecting as we get another vantage point. Here it comes over his head. Ian Sibbies, who nods it past diving Slobo.
Pittsburgh keeps this up, and this one will be out of reach pretty soon. 4-1 now. Sammy Bick for St. Louis. Can't get it off the boards. Here comes the Spirit again. That came after only a minute 20 of the 4th period. Hagen and Mikowski battling. Hagen takes down Sammy Bick, still with it. Finally, Mikowski takes it away from him. Sibbies, his 2nd of the year. McKenzie, his 2nd assist. 4-1 Pittsburgh. Here's Stuart Lee for St. Louis in front. Mesa can't reach it. And back the other way. Helmut Dudek. Well, St. Louis has to get something going now, and Duran starting it off with a steal. Diego Pesa. Back to Duran in the corner. Against Adam Topolsky. Loose ball cleared away by Pittsburgh. But Pesa gets it back to his goalkeeper, Slobo. A lot of time left, but 3 goals down. Tough to come from behind on the road.
We'll look at the Pittsburgh bench quickly. St. Louis is putting pressure on. It really is not as difficult as it seems. 1 goal, and it's a different ball game.
Duran stopped right in front after receiving it off the boards from Sammy Bick.
Now Pittsburgh has the luxury of slowing down the tempo of play.
Youngsters in the crowd today. They're behind their team. Here comes Betancourt, top of the slot. Mikowski winding up in front. Betancourt can't get it. A little too tall for him. Diego Pesa on the far boards. Duncan McEwen centers for Mikowski. Betancourt the loose ball pickup. Knocked off the ball nicely by Helmut Dudek. side. Dudek goes for McKenzie. 11 minutes and 25 seconds left in the game. Dudek for David Bursic. Long ball, left wing. Paul Childs. Slobo comes out. And he whacks it to midfield for Redmond Lane. St. Louis back 4-on-3. Sammy Beck on the left side. Shooting it in. Shot by McEwen high and wide. Godfrey Ingram pulls it down off the glass.
And again, the shot's being created for St. Louis, but the execution, the technique, not there. Shooting high many times, up on the glass, up on the boards. They must get something in down close at the far post.
I think the coaches call that finishing, don't they?
They sure do.
Redmond Lane, right side for Bellinger. Betancourt back to Bellinger, into the slot. What a goal! Tony Bellinger almost fell down. He refound his balance and put it into the far corner. That's one of the reasons the man you're looking at is a 6-time All-Star.
And absolutely, that's how quickly the game can change. Tony Bellinger coming down, looks like he lost control, stumbles, but he maintains his balance and puts it in with his right foot. David Bursic diving right. No chance, as Bellinger looked like he was out of control, had the composure to put that ball in the back of the net. And we have a 4-2 game, and new life for the St. Louis Steelers.
Bellinger with a goal at 4:23, his second of the year. Bellinger scored a shorthanded goal up in Chicago a couple of weeks ago when St. Louis opened the season with a victory. Bellinger, his second of the year at 4:23. Betancourt on the assist. And the first assist of the year for Armando Betancourt.
Altogether now, 2.
Off the kickoff. Well, this one far from over. 10.5 minutes remaining. Quickly, Bellinger down the left wing. Here they come again. Shooting. He was looking for Ebert at the far post, but it never got there. Grigura for Sibbies. He tries to switch it left side for Z. Kepka. Knocked away. Cacciatore for Fredrickson. He escapes. Here comes St. Louis. 4-on-3. Mark Fredrickson. Right side for Davis. Ricky Davis looking to cut around a man. Knocked away from him. Cacciatore trying to get it back, but Baltukcha clears it away. Here comes Pittsburgh. 3-on-2. Topolsky centers, and Fredrickson kicks it out. Z. Kepka, who scored the first Pittsburgh goal. Grigurev in front. Stopped by Bellinger.
Both teams taking no prisoners at this point in the game. St. Louis all over the field. Pittsburgh maintaining their composure, trying to counterattack. And here we have St. Louis starting their build-up.
Fredrickson for Ebert. Donnie looking to center. Does. It hits Pesa. After a kick by Sibbies, goes to midfield for Carl Rose. His teammates call him the Pearl. Ebert a header on goal, and Bursic goes up to make the save. Here comes the counterattack. Right down the middle is Nicky Klinkarski. Rose stops him outside the circle, and that'll be a foul on St. Louis. The first foul on either team in this period, and we played almost 6 minutes.
Here we'll see Carl Rose flicking it into Don Ebert with a back header. David Bursic right there.
On the Pittsburgh free kick, initial shot was stopped. Right wing Hagen. Rose stops him. Dave Hagen still with it. Kind of unusual to play 6 minutes with only one foul on either team.
What happens, Bob, both teams are playing so hard and there's so much contact, the foul is often not called in the interest of letting the game go on.
Somebody lost his shoe. Sammy Bick tries to put it on as the ball is cleared to the opposite side. Carl Rose for St. Louis. Stewart Lee to midfield. Ball knocked away from him on the boards as Hagen comes up with it for Pittsburgh. 8:15 remaining, fourth quarter. Spirit 4, Steamers 2. Makowski beats his man to it. Sammy Bick receives it left side from Slobo Ilievsky. Up the wing for Pesa. Diego against Marcio Leite. Ball knocked away. Daryl Durant for St. Louis. Angling it in for Stewart Lee. Ball eluded him twice. And Hagen clears but not out. Al Durant thought he was going to get it. Couldn't reach it. Makowski holds it in.
Getting to the difficult stage of the game, Bob, where Pittsburgh knows they don't necessarily need another goal, but they need to get everybody back, play sound defense, and don't give up any unexpected chances.
Down the right wing, number 10 for Pittsburgh, Charlie Falzone, and Sammy Bick with the defensive play. St. Louis back the other way. Stuart Lee for Greg Mikowski. This is the kind of game Mikowski likes, end to end. Pushes it to the corner, rejected. Hagen for the Spirit, taken away by Redmond Lane. He shoots it in front, and Lee couldn't get deep enough. Duncan McEwen whacks it in, and David Bursich with a good save. Here's Mikowski under 7 minutes remaining. He rips one, deflected. It changed directions on Bursich, but got away from the goal. Up into the crowd off the foot of Charlie Falzone. Officials timeout. We'll catch our breath. Pittsburgh leads by 2. Plenty of time remaining. 6:49. It's 4-2 Pittsburgh here at the Civic Arena downtown in the Steel City. Bob Carpenter and Shep Messing. Boy, the action around the goal has been crazy. Here's Duncan McEwen shooting for St. Louis.
And a busy day for David Bursich. As you can see, Bursich on the near post, getting down quickly and making yet another big save for the Pittsburgh Spirit.
Another reminder for you folks in the San Diego area tonight. The Chicago Sting is in town to play your Sockers at 7:35 local time this evening. And then a couple of games in the league tomorrow. Baltimore at Minnesota. That'll be a great rematch of our game here on ESPN last Sunday afternoon. And Chicago at LA. 6:05 kickoffs local time in both Minnesota and Los Angeles on Sunday. Get out and support your local indoor soccer team. The MISL coming your way this weekend. And make sure you add Baltimore at Minnesota to that graphic for tomorrow night. 3 more games in the league this weekend after this afternoon game.
There's a young, typical fan pleased with the results so far.
Pittsburgh will be at Baltimore next Saturday for their next action. St. Louis comes home to the St. Louis Arena to play Tacoma. And with 6.5 minutes plus left in the game, the Steamers have pulled their goalkeeper and brought on Sammy Bick. So St. Louis going with the 6th attacker very early, down by 2 goals.
Well, a big gamble for St. Louis, but I think the experience, the athletic ability of Sammy Bick makes it possible. Although I don't know, with Slobo and his skill, he can almost stay on the field.
Godfrey Ingram with a steal. Steamers have to head him off somehow. Ingram pushed down Ricky Davis. That'll be a foul on Pittsburgh. Well, you take a chance with this play. You know, a couple of weeks ago, Minnesota was playing Tacoma, and Tacoma got 3 6th attacker goals to get back even in the game before the Strikers eventually won. So this can change the scoring in a game dramatically in a very short time.
Whichever way it goes, it's definitely exciting for the fans, the spectators here watching.
Davis shoots it in. That one rejected. Paul Child up over 2 lines. Topolsky, Bick back in the goal. Here he comes. They center, and it's knocked away at the last moment by Diego Pesa.
And that's the dedication of this St. Louis team. Diego Pesa, of all people, who's paid to score goals down, making a save in the penalty box for St. Louis.
He was right on the foot of Z. Kepka. Here's Mikowski. Sammy Bick, right side for Davis. Ricky will try to penetrate now into that attacking zone. Slowly they do, with Bick stepping over the red line. Shooting it on goal, and Bursich the save. Long throw by him, going toward the goal. Sammy Bick will catch up with it, though.
And that's a goalkeeper's dream. I know David Bursich had visions dancing in his head, looking at that empty goal, trying to fire it downfield for a goal, but the quickness of Sammy Bick prevented that.
Davis ahead, steal by Dudek, in on goal. Sammy Bick had to bounce over his head, but he was there to grab it.
And again, the strategy of this, Bob, put your best athlete there, put your playmaker, the one who could come up and set up the attack, but also quickly recover and get back into the goal if needed.
Ricky Davis has played that role for St. Louis before. Steamers trail by 2. The Spirit leading 4-2, 4.5 remaining. Steamers have not even had a shot on goal yet in this situation. Here comes Pittsburgh again. McKenzie Ingram in on goal. Sammy Bick the save. And it's headed away off the line by Ebert. Makowski back to his keeper.
Absolutely wild action back there as Pat McBride looks on in disbelief.
St. Louis wants to call a timeout. You got to get it to the keeper to call the timeout. Pesa back to Bick. There's going to be a goal. No, they shot it wide. Unbelievable. Sibby's, how did he miss? Here's Pesa for Davis. All St. Louis wants is a timeout.
This crowd going nuts at the missed opportunities for Pittsburgh. St. Louis not organized on the 6.
They've got to get the ball to the goalkeeper to get the timeout. Here's Tuchsha's shot. Pesa kicks that one away. 3.5 minutes left, and Pittsburgh a man down. Now they got to give it to Sammy Bick. Now they can have the timeout. The ball has to go to the keeper. Oh, boy. It took St. Louis a minute to get the timeout. They still trail by 2. Well, Pittsburgh should have had a goal here. Godfrey Ingram and a great save by Sammy Bick. And look at the clearing header right off the line by Don Ebert. And then Ian Sibby's getting behind Bick. He just hit it wide.
How can that not be in? Donnie Ebert diving across. Ian Sibby scored 2 difficult goals, and a chance that he should have had, he could not convert.
If St. Louis comes back to tie this game, Pittsburgh will look at that replay and want to pull their hair out. Right side, Bellinger shoots it in, rejected by Val Tuchsha. St. Louis has changed up a little bit. They brought Tony Bellinger in with Redmond Lane. Bick on the right side for Tony B, his teammates call him. Here's Bick, ahead for Ebert, now Bellinger, shooting, Bursic the save, Ebert, rebound, header, and another save. Duncan McEwen stopped point blank by David Bursic.
And St. Louis knocking on the doorstep, but David Bursic again coming up big.
Bodies everywhere. Tuchsha ahead for Adam Topolsky. Shooting, and Sammy Bick punches it upstairs. Corner kick Pittsburgh, another timeout coming. 2:34 left. Pittsburgh still in control. Hard shot by Bellinger a moment ago. Ebert the header right to McEwen, and Bursic. Good athletic move right there.
Keeping his balance, making the save.
At the other end, Pittsburgh trying to score that 5th goal, unable to do it. Sibby's in the corner against McEwen. Bellinger bumps it away. McEwen knocked down. Pittsburgh has possession. Sibby's for Tuchsha, and Bellinger intercepts back to Sammy Bick. 2:15 remaining. St. Louis needs one and then another. McEwen and Bellinger. Back to McEwen. He'll let it fly. Bursic, another save. Knocked away by Val Tuchsha. Bellinger off his knee into the crowd. Pittsburgh a kick in with 1:55 remaining.
David Bursic glancing up at the clock with his Pittsburgh teammates. He's had a big afternoon. There's still 1:55 to go in a 4-2 score.
It's been one much like our game last week in Baltimore. Started off a little bit slowly from an offensive standpoint, but boy, really picked up and got wild later on. Here's Davis, back to Bellinger. Sammy Bick receives it. St. Louis really has done next to nothing with the 6th attacker so far. Redmond Lane ripping, and Bursic takes that 60-foot shot and punches it away.
Problem is on the 6th attacker part, they're not getting enough penetration. There's penetration by St. Louis.
Ebert turning and shooting, rejected. In front, Davis can't knock it in. 1:15 remaining. Bellinger tied up by whom? Fred Gurgura, St. Louis free kick. Only the 3rd foul in the entire period. Ricky Davis on top to Sammy Bick. He tees it up. He hit it just high. Empty net at the other end, but Gurgura has it taken away by Bick. 1:05 remaining. Bick's got Bellinger to his right. Back to the St. Louis captain, Redmond Lane. Tries to shoot it in. That's rejected. Vick. Right side for Bellinger. In the corner. Davis. A shot. Lee. And a save off the line by John O'Hara. So that time, Bursic getting help from his defense.
Bursic beaten, but Johnny O'Hara making a big save. And this action is not ending down at the Pittsburgh end.
So now with 38 seconds left, no substitutions by Pat McBride. Stuart Lee, first time, and right there, O'Hara to knock it away. Sammy Beck, right side for Bellinger. Bellinger can't get in there. Godfrey Ingram takes it away from him. 30 seconds remaining. Long shot. Vick fans on it. Score! Paul Child. Watch him do the dance. 5-2. That'll do it. 25 seconds remaining, and Pittsburgh has put the icing on the cake.
Dejected Sammy Beck. They played for a long time without the goaltender. Pittsburgh maintained their composure. Watch this ball off the boards. 30-yard pass. Sammy Beck unable to collect it. And there's Paul Child. He's always there to tuck that ball in.
Back the other way comes Don Ebert for St. Louis. Can't get it in. And a foul. Pittsburgh a free kick. 15 seconds remaining. The Spirit will go 2-1. The Steamers will be 2-2. Kepka assisted on that goal. Here's Davis back the other way, knocked down by Godfrey Ingram. Child, his 5th goal of the year, 2nd of the afternoon. Kepka is having a good day, his 3rd assist. He has a goal and 2 assists today. And the Spirit. They call him Team Spirit here in Pittsburgh. They've certainly had that here today. 3 seconds left. Another shot. It's over. Pittsburgh wins it 5-2. So for the 11th time this year in 15 MISL games, the home team is victorious. Hats off to David Bursic, who gets a hug from the coach. He was outstanding in the nets today. And Pittsburgh beats St. Louis by a score of 5-2. We'll check what it does to the standings and be back with some final words from the Civic Arena in just a moment. Pittsburgh wins it by a score of 5-2. The offensive star of the game with a goal and 2 assists, Z. Kepka. And the defensive star, the goalkeeper, David Bursic. A great game for the home team today, Shep Messing.
I think for the new viewer, they saw every bit of indoor soccer today. A super game. Pittsburgh loaded with talent. And now Don Popovic at the helm, the winningest coach in the history of the MISL. They're a team to be reckoned with. And the St. Louis Steamers did everything but finish off those chances. When they do, they'll be there.
Pittsburgh with a victory, 2-1, just a half game back of Minnesota now in the East. St. Louis now 2-2, a game back of KC in the West, tied with Tacoma and Wichita. San Diego is a half game back. Our next telecast of the MISL on ESPN will be a week from tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern on Sunday the 17th. The Tacoma Stars at Dallas against the Sidekick. For our producer, Tom Williamson, our statistician, also from the league office, Jeremiah Enright. And for Shep Messing, I'm Bob Carpenter. Thanks for joining us, and so long from the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where the Spirit thrilled 9,100 fans and won it 5-2. The MISL on ESPN has been brought to you by Budweiser. Beechwood Age for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you. This telecast has been a presentation of Anheuser-Busch Sports Productions through the facilities of ESPN.